The sheets had been bunched at the edge of the bed for days. Darren told himself he'd change them on Sunday, but it was already Thursday, and the musky scent of sleep and sweat was starting to linger. Jamie was still at work, or said he was. Darren stripped the bed half-heartedly, the mattress cover clinging slightly from static. As he tugged the last corner loose, something shifted beneath the foam. A hard object. Too small to be the remote. Too sharp at the edge to be the book Jamie always claimed he was rereading. He hesitated, staring at the mattress like it had just whispered something. A phone. A basic model. Black. No case, no stickers. Just a blank, guilty rectangle with dust lining its screen edges. Not his Jamie had an iPhone. With a cracked corner and a habit of dying by 8 p.m. every night, this was different. He pressed the power button. The screen blinked once. Then again. It came alive without needing a passcode. There was one contact saved, Do Not Ospor. That was it. No other names. No apps. No photos in the gallery. Except. Darren opened the messages. The most recent text read, "Miss you already. Can still smell you on me." And below that, "Did he ask about the hickey?" Darren stared at the words like they might rearrange into something less cruel. They didn't. No response from Jamie. Not yet. Just the little gray input bubble. Like the other person was still typing. He locked the screen. Placed the phone gently on the nightstand like it might explode, then finished making the bed, tucked the corners, smoothed the sheets, and waited. The house was still when Jamie walked in. Late again. The usual excuse echoing off the hallway walls. Deadlines, traffic, team drinks. The faint smell of someone else's cologne still clung to his skin. Darren sat on the couch calm, TV off, lights low. The second phone hidden in plain sight, face down on the coffee table. Jamie didn't see it at first, or pretended not to. Dropped his keys in the bowl, kicked off his shoes. Said something about leftovers, opened the fridge, closed it, no food. Darren didn't speak. Jamie noticed then the phone, paused, stared. His hand stopped halfway to the counter. Silence stretched. He reached for it slowly, touched it like it might belong to someone else. Fingers grazing the edge, then froze. Darren's eyes never left him. Jamie laughed, soft, nervous, said something casual, something about an old work phone, one he forgot to return. Darren didn't blink. Jamie said more, fast now, words spilling, something about a client, a mistake, a stupid joke. The lies came easy, too easy. The phone buzzed. Once Jamie flinched, screen lit up. Dio Natasar. Jamie snatched the phone, tried to hide it, too late. Darren stood slow, measured, took his jacket from the chair, walked past him, out the door. No yelling, no slamming. Just the click of the lock behind him. Jamie stood alone, phone still in hand, buzzing again. Dio Nota and Spar. Darren didn't go far, just far enough. 10 minutes across town. Buzzed up without calling ahead. Door opened before he knocked. Micah stood there barefoot, coffee in hand, like he'd been expecting this moment all along. No words. Micah stepped aside. Darren walked in. Same couch from years ago. Same faint smell of sandalwood and cigarette smoke, the way it used to be, before everything got complicated. He didn't sit. He reached into his pocket and pulled out the key. The one Jamie didn't know still existed. Held it out, watched Micah's eyes drop to it. Micah didn't ask questions. He took it, held it tight in his fist. Nodded once. The key was symbolic. A door reopened. A plan in motion. Darren didn't say what he wanted. Didn't need to. Micah understood. Jamie always underestimated quiet people, especially the ones who already knew how the story ended. Darren stayed for coffee. They didn't speak much, no need. Outside, the sun dipped below the skyline. The city buzzed. People hurried through their lives unaware of the storm coming for one of them. Jamie kept secrets. But Darren kept receipts. And soon Micah would help him deliver every last one. Midnight again. The apartment dark except for the soft blue light of the street lamp spilling through the blinds. Jamie asleep. Phone charging on the nightstand. The normal one. The second phone was still buried beneath the mattress. Like a secret breathing in the dark, Darren waited until Jamie's breathing deepened. Quiet, steady. Then slid out from under the blanket, careful not to shift the mattress too much. He retrieved it. No sound. No light. Just the cold weight of it in his palm. He scrolled to the messages. The thread was still there. Darren, still pinned, still active. The last message read, "Miss you, 3 hours old." He typed a reply. "Miss you 2 cent. Bubbles." Typing. "Thought you were done talking to me." He hesitated, then replied, "Can't stop thinking about that night." Typing again. "Me neither. When can I see you?" He let it hang there. Didn't reply. Closed the phone, slid it back under the mattress. Slipped back into bed beside Jamie. Pressed close. Jamie shifted in his sleep, turned toward him, still unconscious, still soft. Still playing house in a home built on lies. Darren closed his eyes. Tomorrow, he would become someone else, someone who lied better. Morning arrived in pieces. Toast crumbs, a half-drunk mug of coffee. Jamie humming something tuneless in the bathroom. Darren nodded along, kissed his cheek, said see you tonight. Walked out with the second phone in his back pocket. He took the long route downtown, past their usual brunch spot, past the florist where Jamie never bought him flowers, past a record shop with nothing but sad songs in the window, then stopped at a bench near the river. Pulled the burner out. Opened the thread. "You free tonight?" The reply came quick. "Always for you, 7 p.m. red door, no one else." Darren stared at the message. The red door. He knew it. A bar, low lights, leather booths. The kind of place where shadows lingered longer than people did. He didn't text again. At 6:30, he stood in front of the mirror. Same cologne Jamie wore. Same shirt Darren had always hated on him. Tight, deep V screamed attention. Micah was already waiting when he arrived. Across the street, in the car, watching. This wasn't just a setup. It was a mirror turned toward Jamie's fantasy. Darren, dressed like a memory. Darren using Jamie's voice. Darren walking into the trap Jamie thought only he could build. Inside, Darren took a booth, ordered Jamie's drink. Waited. 10 minutes passed. Then Darren walked out. Left behind a napkin, folded twice. On it a Polaroid. Jamie and Darren, smiling. Mike had taken it 2 years ago. Jamie never knew. Jamie came home late. Claimed the gym ran over. Showered with the door locked. Left his clothes in the hamper without checking the pockets. Darren watched him through the steam. Every movement rehearsed. Every smile an echo. Said nothing. Just nodded. Micah had sent the signal hours earlier. The bait worked. Darren waited until Jamie fell asleep. Tiptoed to the living room. Opened Jamie's laptop. The password was still his dog's name, lowercase. He clicked through folders. Nothing suspicious. Until one labeled, invoices. Inside. Photos. Not just Darren and Jamie. Others, screenshot chats, videos. Different men. All the same story. Jamie playing everyone. He copied everything. Dragged it to a flash drive. Encrypted. Then closed the laptop. Went back to bed. Slipped under the blanket. Jamie reached for him in his sleep. Whispered something. Darren didn't respond. At 3 a.m. the second phone buzzed. New number. We need to talk now. Darren smiled. Blocked it. Deleted the thread. The game wasn't over. But Jamie had just lost his backdoor. The next day was silent. No texts, no calls. Jamie acted normal, too normal. Whistled while he made eggs. Sent a good morning selfie from the gym. Said something about trying a new protein powder. Darren nodded. Laughed at the right spots. Checked the hidden phone every hour. Nothing. Micah called just after noon. One word. Ready. They met on opposite benches like strangers in a spy movie. Micah handed him a manila envelope. No words inside. Printouts. Screenshots. Timeline. Receipts. Names. Jamie had been busy. Not just Darren. Not just Darren and Darren. A whole rotation. Lies stacked on lies. A carousel of secrets moving so fast it almost looked like stability. Almost that night Darren cooked dinner. Jamie came home humming again. Kissed his neck. Said he loved the smell of garlic. They ate on the couch. Watched a movie Jamie didn't pay attention to. Darren handed him the envelope during the credits. No preamble. No explanation. Jamie opened it. Page by page. His face cracked like glass under slow pressure. He looked up. Mouth open. Darren stood. Walked to the bedroom. Closed the door behind him. Static filled the space between them. Jamie didn't sleep that night. Paced the apartment barefoot. Opened the fridge. Closed it. Stared out the window like it might offer answers. The envelope stayed on the kitchen counter. Wide open. Truth bleeding out across the laminate. Darren lay in bed. Eyes closed. Back turned. Awake. Morning came quiet. Jamie tried to act normal again. Brushed his teeth twice. Left a note on the table. Gone for a few days. Need to think Darren didn't touch it. He waited. By noon Jamie was untagged. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Every trace wiped clean. Couple photos gone. Relationship status quietly changed. Micah sent a screenshot. The listing's down 2. Guess he's not selling the lie anymore. Darren texted back 1 word. Good. He walked to the closet. Pulled out the shoebox. The ring was still inside. The one Jamie bought. The one Darren had never agreed to wear. He slid it on now. Left the apartment. Dropped the envelope off at one more address. Darren had done his part. The unlisting had begun. Jamie returned on a Tuesday. No warning. Just the jingle of keys at the door and the soft squeak of worn sneakers on hardwood. He walked in like it was still his, like nothing had changed. Darren was at the table, reading. Didn't look up. Jamie hovered. Dropped his bag, cleared his throat. No reaction. He said his name. Soft, then louder. Darren turned a page. Jamie walked closer, sat down. Tried to explain. Said things like didn't mean to and got lost in it and none of them mattered and you're the only real thing. Darren finally looked up. No anger. No tears. Just stillness. He reached into his pocket. Pulled out the burner. Held it between them like a verdict. Jamie flinched. That again. Darren tapped the screen once. The message thread opened, still pinned. Still there. He pressed call. The screen flashed. Dialing do not answer. Jamie's real phone buzzed in his bag. On the table. Lit up. Exposed. Jamie stared at it. Didn't move, didn't speak, didn't answer. Darren ended the call, placed the burner down, got up, walked to the door, opened it, stood aside. Jamie looked at him. Waited for something. Anything? A plea? A punch? A pause. But Darren said nothing. The silence louder than any goodbye. Jamie picked up the bag, stepped out. The door clicked shut behind him. The apartment finally still. Phone on the table. Screen black. Contact name glowing faint beneath the glass. Dionas Doar.